Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and these are the top stories we're working on for you tonight. Another homicide occurs on St. Croix. Diageo breaks ground, and the health department holds a press conference. Details on these stories and more coming up next on News Channel 8. Good evening, and in tonight's top story, there was another homicide in the Estate Glen area on St. Croix. News Channel 8's Wes Small was on hand and gives us this exclusive report.
Sad news to report. What we believe is this morning, as shots rang out here in the Estate Glen area. But here with the heavyweights of the VIPD, at least for St. Croix Bureau, we will get this started. Assistant Commissioner Novell Francis, Deputy Chief Benta, and also Lieutenant Ruby Urgent. I'm sorry, this report is a little under the weather, so they kind of got me out of the bed for this homicide. But more important, and sadly, we have another youngster, another young man lying dead.
Yes, sir, Weston. Unfortunately, again, earlier this morning, we received a call of a possible discharge and a shot in the area of Glen, Bijou area. Chief Benta is here at the scene. The public information officer as well has been notified of this and be sending out a press release later on today. But at this time, I'll ask that Chief Benta give you some preliminary information regarding our investigation thus far here at Estate Glen.
Yes, Chief.
Yes, as the Assistant Commissioner indicated, yes, a call came into 911 in reference to shots being discharged in the Glen area. Officers responded, making a check of the area, found a male individual laying in a pool of blood. The identity of the individual is being withheld at this time until we complete the advisement of the family members, of course. But one thing for sure is that nothing goes unattended in this police department. We have lifted the wrath in a certain fashion where we're going to pursue and request from the Attorney General's office as well as of our judicial branch to start working a little more cohesively with each other. We have a lot of individuals who are out on bail, have been released back into our community to walk amongst us and continue to plague our community with crimes. What we're going to ask of the Attorney General's office and working in conjunction with the judicial branch of this territory is that when these individuals are brought before them, that these individuals are remanded. They continue to commit crimes under our watch while they're on bail. They have definitely instilled fear into a lot of our community members. But rest assured that there's always somebody who sees something. And rest assured, if they haven't realized what's happening today, they're always being arrested. They're always getting caught because this community has said enough is enough. And we are definitely going to effect arrest in this matter. It's going to happen. But what we're going to do is that for those individuals who have committed other crimes, you're walking our streets, you're out on bail, be mindful that if you're picked up again and any other infraction, that bail that you're on is a courtesy by this government. The judicial branch have allowed you to walk our community free for a few days while you wait for your trial. We're going to ask that you be remanded until your court day, until you're sentenced, and then you will serve the rest of your time in jail. But we will not sit back idly anymore while other entities make certain decisions to release you into our midst. These are part of the repercussion of individuals who walk our community, criminals, been arrested, prior conviction, and continue to invoke danger and harm on our society.
All right, thank you. Can we get into yes, no, go ahead.
Yeah, obviously today, here in the Estate Glen, Bijou area in the shortcut, we discovered a male individual that had evidently been shot in the facial area. The ambulance arrived there and discovered that the individual was unresponsive and obviously has been pronounced dead. The matter is currently under investigation by the Criminal Investigation Bureau, And we're asking anyone with information relative to this particular case. Individuals certainly, sure, have been around the area. This is a residential area, and we're asking if you'll come forward. Call the Criminal Investigation Bureau, call Crime Stoppers if you have any information regarding this particular case.
All right, still in Glen, as what we know a few hours ago, a young man was shot several times, at least in his face we know now. Right there, forensics is still on the scene, and he is dead, unfortunately. Chief Benta making a promise that he's going to go to the AG's office. Maybe apparently they know some things that they're not telling the public, but they probably know who this individual is, who they're looking for, and the fact that he could be out on bail. Perhaps that's one thing that we could be looking at. Tougher measures from the AG's office. Off the top of my head, remember the taxi driver that had to kill the young man who had just robbed Juni's? Did he have a bracelet on? He was out on bail. There's countless other crimes that are committed by suspects out on bail. Right now we're showing footage, and we don't like to impinge on the family, but as you can see there, they're holding hands and they're bowing, and they're actually in prayer about their fallen brother, who was cut down right there in what they call the shortcut in this area. A very sad story to report. And here we are in the state, Glen. We'll try to keep you updated on apparently the victim's name as his next of kin is notified. Right now we have another homicide, and another young man is dead. In the state, Glen, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And in other news, today was the groundbreaking of the Diageo project, and Governor John D. Young was there. And let's go there now.
This is a true honor for me to be able to be here to help with the groundbreaking ceremony. I mean, it is a really a visible milestone between the public-private venture between Diageo and the USVI government. It's really a joyous occasion for me in particular, and a lot of folks here. As we've gone through this project over the last several months, from conception to where we are today. So, this project and the groundbreaking really commemorates the building of the Captain Morgan Distillery.
Well, again, thanks for everyone being here. I did mention the weather, and I really appreciate you bringing it on for me. That makes me feel really at home, As I said earlier, this has taken some time to get to this stage. Clearly, with a number of people here, the cost must be going down because we're going to be building by the looks of it. But genuinely, I'd like to thank everyone again for the support they've done. This is a big event. There is no doubt. Today does mark, and with this shovel, the first person, yourself, to turn it over, myself, we will actually be building the biggest distillery in Diageo's world for rum. And it's here in the Virgin Islands.
Good afternoon. Well, it's nice to see I brought the sunshine. I really want more than anything else to say thank you to Diageo and also to David for today. One of the things that is always important when you enter into relationships is making sure that those that you're starting a partnership with are those you can feel comfortable with, that keep their word, and they do what they're going to say. In June of 2008, we signed an agreement. By the beginning of July, on July 9th, that agreement was approved. The July 24th, I signed it. And the question that was asked is, how long will you take before you start? And they said, within the year, we will turn earth on St. Croix to make sure that we have a distillery. And a number of folks did not believe that. But if you think that from June of 2008, when we signed, to the fact that we're now here, less than a year later, I think is a testament to David, to Dan, and their crew, and to the entire Diageo, and keeping their commitment, not just to the Virgin Islands, but more importantly to St. Croix and what we're trying to achieve. So please, let's give them a round of applause.